Hi, welcome. Take my shoes and socks off. What a busy morning. So I'm super excited to do restorative yoga with you. Get a pillow, a bolster, blocks or a book, strap or a belt, and a blanket. Throw blankets that, are generally this size, right? So I want you to start with your fold like this. So you'll fold it from one long rectangle to the next size rectangle, right? And then leave it like that. Place this where your head will go. And then move that into position. And we're gonna lie down on your mat. So get comfortable, lie down on your mat, and I'll talk to you for a moment as we get started. My name is Kelly. Thank you for showing up for restorative yoga. I find that restorative yoga is a really great practice to have regularly to restore your body, both physically, mentally, and emotionally. The mental and emotional part comes into play because you're taking care of yourself. You're spending a quality time focusing on your body and specific things that you're feeling physically. Letting your mind relax also, which is one of the major benefits, is letting the mind relax and come down from the week or the day whenever you're doing this program with me. So, I'm glad you're here. Thank you. Laying down on your mat with your head resting on your blanket. We are going to put legs up the wall, and I'm going to talk a lot about legs up the wall this time. Legs straight out on the floor away from you. Close your eyes. Bring the arms to the mat. Turn your palms either facing down or facing up, and you can kind of see what feels better. I sometimes feel like my palms feel better on the floor. Now, if this is not comfortable for your lower back, set your feet flat on the floor and just have your knees pointing up. When you extend your legs out straight, it can put tension in the lower back. So right here, relax your mind, relax the body, melt into the floor. Feel gravity pulling you in. Deeply inhaling and fully exhaling. Filling the lungs with oxygen, with air, and then exhale that out. Letting it go. Setting your intentions for practicing to nurture your body and being present in the moment. Begin to open your eyes and bring your feet to the floor. If they're not, tip your knees over to the right and then the left. So your head is flat on the floor. Bring your knees all the way up, feet off the floor. Squeeze the legs into your body like this, right? And then place your right ankle on your left knee and press just very lightly, just gently press in the knee. Figure 4 stretch or supine pigeon pose. And then let's just change sides. So we'll move through positions with less focus time, less hold time in the beginning. And then after we kind of warm up just a little bit, we'll hold poses for a longer period of time. Not coming to an edge of any stretch, but just feeling the stretch, coming to that place where you feel the stretch gently. And the props are used to support the body. And that's the connection with the mental, emotional part, is using props to support you. So specifically having them for the point of nurturing the body or supporting and restoring. All right, so move that ankle off your knee and pull the knees into your chest. And then place your feet on the floor again. We're going to go ahead and roll over to your side and push up to a seated position. Come up and grab your blanket. You can fold it up to the next fold if you'd like to, the smaller rectangle. So one more fold. Or if this is okay, sitting up this height, then sit up on your blanket, sitting up tall, and bring your hands to your knees. Roll your shoulders back, looking forward. Inhale, reach your arms up, and we're going to lean to the right. So right hand to the right, walk your fingers out along the floor, put your palm flat, draw your elbow down, and reach the left arm up and over. Feel the left side body stretch. We're going to hold this for 3 breaths. Inhale, press into your hand. Exhale, point your elbow towards the floor. Look up underneath your arm. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, reach up and over. Now let's change sides. So hand on the floor. Reach the opposite arm up and over your ear. Draw your shoulder back, palm facing down. Point your elbow towards the floor, leaning over. So you're bending the side body, stretching the opposite side, and then flexing on the inside. And bring your hands to the mat. Now let's add a twist, just a light, gentle turn of the torso. Look over your shoulder. Fingertips behind the hip. Draw your head back, chin neutral. And then center, let's change sides. So a hand at your leg and turn, fingertips behind the hip. Draw your chin in, head back. And then center. Extend your legs out straight. So one leg at a time. Bring your right foot to the inside of your left leg. And sit up tall, stretching the hamstring, the back of your leg. Walk your hands forward. Palms on the floor, look forward, just right here. Holding, breathe. If you need to, you can put something underneath your knee, like a block or a blanket or maybe a sweat towel. If your leg is fine straight, keep your leg straight. Walk your hands forward more, inhaling. Exhaling. Look forward, lift your heart. Exhale. Inhale and lift. Just notice what you're feeling in the hamstring, that left side. Shoulders rolled back. Pick them up and roll them back. Now we're going to turn with this knee to the side. Hand at the outside of your leg and press your fingertips into the floor. And you can kind of press that right leg down as you twist the body. So focusing on twisting from the pelvis. But the thoracic body is turning, just strengthening through your hip and torso. And now center and extend that leg out straight. Lengthen your legs, flex your feet, looking forward. Bring your left foot to the inner thigh. Sit up tall. Walk your hands forward. So again, if you need to put something underneath your knee for support, you can do that. You can even put your fist right there if it's uncomfortable. But if it's okay, then have your legs straight. Keep your foot flexed. Lift your heart, look forward, leaning forward. So your body centers up over the forward leg. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale and slide your hands in, look forward, shoulders rolled back. Now turn, and then you want to press that left leg down. Just notice how much more comfortable and more focused the twist is when you press that left leg down towards the floor. And look over your shoulder. Draw your head back. And then center. Grab your pillow, bolster, slide it underneath your knees. Bring your feet together. If you have a block, grab a block. Stretching the lower back. This is a similar stretch to a yogi squat, lengthening the lumbar spine. And we're going to hold this pose for a length of time. So the first longer hold. So find steadiness in your breathing, with your breathing, and bring your awareness to the body. So fold over, bring your forehead to your block, move it to your forehead, and you can turn your block to whichever height or the book, and relax your neck and head. Hands just laying on top of the feet. So from your lower back, from your hips on either side, right between the hips, the sacrum up to the lower back, tracing a line up the middle of the back, between the blades, back of the back of the neck, into the skull. And now tracing back down the neck, down to the blades, middle of the back, the lower back, space between the hips, the sacrum, now begin to lift your head and move the block to the side. You can keep the bolster where it is and then scoot over. We want to place the blanket at the head, where your head is going to go, and scoot over so your feet are on the floor. Let your knees come out and your feet touch each other. Then lower down onto your forearms like this. And fix your clothes. Then lower down all the way. So my shoulder blades are on my mat or on my blanket. So I'm going to move it just a little bit and tuck it underneath my neck so my neck is supported. Have your feet touching each other and your knees out to the side. Knees to the side. Arms to the side again, palms facing down, or maybe this time turn your palms up. Close your eyes. Being present, the placement of your body on the mat. Feel the weight of your head resting. The neck relax, jaw relaxes. Down the neck and chest. Out both arms. Down the torso, softening the belly. Your hips relax completely. Down each leg, edges of the feet touching the floor. Turn your palms facing down and bring your right foot to the mat, up on the bolster, and the left up on the bolster. Widen your feet and just tip your knees side to side with your feet up on the bolster or the pillow. Then tip the knees over to the left and hold for a moment and turn your gaze to the right. And lift your knees, tip the knees over to the right, look over to the left, pull your abs in or draw your back towards the mat. And lift your knees, lift your chin. So looking straight up. Then extend the right leg up straight. Reach your hand behind the hamstring. So with your fingers, kind of like you're kneading dough, press the fingers into the belly of the hamstring. Make a circle. And then reach up behind the knee and press into the back of your knee, making a circle. And then reach up and grab your calf and squeeze a couple of times, big squeeze. And set your right foot down, extend your left leg up straight, and reach your fingertips behind the back of your thigh. So in your hamstring, knead the muscle both directions, and then reach up behind your knee and make a circle and go the opposite direction. Then reach up and grab your calf, squeeze. Now place your foot on the pillow and drop the knees to the right and to the left. Put your palms on the floor, arms out at an angle, slight angle, to support the body as you drop the knees over one side to the other. Let's prepare to go to the wall. So I want you to think about where you've got space to put your legs up the wall. You don't have to bring the glutes all the way to the baseboard. You may have heard that. I may have even said that at times. But you need to put your legs up the wall comfortably relative to your hamstring flexibility. So if you're all the way up to the baseboard, your hamstrings are going to have a lot of trouble, or it's going to be hard to hold the pose. So let's go ahead and start moving to the wall. Place your your mat all the way up. And then blanket right where your head would go. So to come to the wall, you'll bring your hip relatively close, spaced maybe a couple of inches, and then come down to your forearms, assess the situation, all right? And then come down to your back all the way and bring your legs up, and then just kind of press into your feet and move your body, pivot, so your legs are up the wall. Now, you can, if you've got the hamstring flexibility, you can come up to the wall with straight legs. But if you need to, back off. If your legs are trembling or if it's too much of a stretch, Then move back away from the wall. So this is not a hamstring stretch. That's not the purpose of it. That's the main point. The purpose of this stretch is for your hips, but also the main point is that it creates an automatic calmness in the body, because your heart is lower than your legs. So all the blood running down out of the legs, and then relaxing the lower back. So this automatically makes you want to close your eyes, right? So that's the point of it. So anytime, as an antidote to stressful situations, if you're feeling pulled in many directions and feeling anxious, legs up the wall just automatically settles the mind and the body just from the position. So use this in your day-to-day life to reduce stress. With your arms to your sides, you can turn your palms up or turn them down. And just like I mentioned, if your eyes are open, you can close them. Relax your shoulders. Just pay attention to your body right here. Where are you feeling stress? Is it in your shoulders, your jaw, your hips? And now just open your eyes and gaze up and bring your toes in towards each other. So your heels are out, your toes are towards each other, and then look between your legs. Then you can start to bring your feet together. You can stay up higher if that feels comfortable and bring your hands to the inside of your knees. Or if you can, bring your feet out down closer to the groin and press your hands into the knees. And hold this for 5 breaths. Back of your head flat on the floor. Close your eyes. Try to relax your elbows down to the floor, but still let the ability to press your hands into the inner thighs or the inside of your knees. And now use your hands and bring your legs together. And just keep your feet on the wall. It's a comfortable stretch, kind of like child's pose. Your glutes are to your heels. You can keep your feet on the wall. then extend the legs up straight again. One more time. Legs up. So stabilizing the hip, or the hips, both the right and the left around the sacrum, with the weight of your legs over the hips, creating that restful experience. The physical appearance, or the physical shape, the physical pose, automatically relaxing the mind. So this is considered an inversion because your legs are up higher than the torso and the heart and the head. Turn your toes in and heels out. And now flex your feet, bring your feet together. Hands at the inner thighs, press your knees out. Bring your knees together, feet flat on the wall. You can hug the legs this time with your arms. Now we're going to roll over to the side, whichever works best for you, and then push to a seated position. So now we're going to go into the muscle recovery part of the class. I'm going to move my mat so that it's parallel to the view, like that. So you're going to sit up on your blanket. You will need a strap right here, and a block may be useful. We'll finish with Shavasana using your pillow. So sit up tall. And to start with, let's bring your legs out wide. So wide angled seated position. Like this. So sitting up tall. Slide your hand down your left leg and guide your right hand up and over the ear. Keep flexing your feet, press your heel into the floor. Feel the hamstring stretch, inner thighs, the side of the body, the hip. And reach. So hands on your thighs, slide your right hand down the right leg and lift the left arm up and over. Loll your head over to the side, relaxing the neck. And then lift up. So you can grab your block object and bring it forward. Place your hands on the block as you reach the torso forward. Try to flatten your back reach further if you can. So just having that object there may help you feel the stretch and be a little more comfortable with your hands higher. But the stretch happening in the inner thighs and hamstrings. And now lift up. Sweep your feet to the left. Tuck the right foot up underneath near your glute over here, and then the left foot is forward of your right. So your knees both touching the floor. So like that. This is a simple twist. So bring your right hand behind. I like to use a block right here or your taller surface. Put your hand on the block and then kind of press. And I want you to really press down your left thigh into the floor, towards the floor. And allow your hip point to reach across. So twisting at the spine. Protecting the sacrum or the SI joint by not grounding into your sitting bones in the twist. And then lift up. Let's do that on the other side. So you'll tip your knees over to the left, and your left foot comes close to your glute. Your right foot is a little slightly away, but have your knees touching the floor. Block around the back side. Place your hand into the block, and then use your hand also, if you want to turn. And again, you're leading with the hip, turning the body, and looking over your shoulder. Press down this upper thigh or the right thigh towards the floor. Keep your breathing smooth, inhaling deeply and then exhaling out. Try to not let your breath feel constricted. If that's the case, then back off of the twist just slightly, right? Get to a place where you feel comfortable and smooth, not anxious. Twist can bring about anxious feelings, anxiousness, but they're good to keep mobility in the spine, keep your spine functioning well and without pain. And then look forward. Now move your block over to the side and scoot. So you can move your blanket, put on under your head, and grab your strap or belt, lower down to your forearms, and then your head all the way down. And again, you can tuck the blanket underneath your neck if that works good for you, right? So underneath like that. I like that. And then, so we're going to do left leg out, right foot in the strap. So we're getting two good stretches right here. One, your hamstring on the right, and the hip flexors on the left. If the lower back or your hip flexors are too tight, you can place your left foot flat on the floor. Otherwise, extend it out straight, and then flex your foot. Pull that leg in towards you, slight bend in your knee. Then maybe you can reach up, grab the ends of the strap with both hands. With the weight of your arms, pull the leg towards you. The calf to the mat on the left side, possibly, if your foot isn't flat. So you get that good flexor stretch on the left side and hamstring on the right. And breathe. Close your eyes. So we'll do both of these. We'll do supine pigeon pose and then shavasana. So we just got 2 more poses to do. And then our final pose. Reach for the strap with your right hand. So here we're stretching the inner thigh muscle. We're going to take the leg to the side. So I just want you to notice what changes as you lengthen your leg to the side, and then look over the opposite direction. Turn your heel up and your toes down, and you can lengthen more or stretch more to the side. That just puts the femur and the hip socket better for our mobility to the side. Turn your gaze, turn your chin towards the left shoulder. Good. Now inhale and exhale. Inhale, lift your leg up. And now you're going to go over to the other side and just pay attention to what changes as you tip the leg over to the left. Keep your shoulders on the floor flat and turn your gaze to the right and reach your arm. Close your eyes. You can use your thumb, press into the right hip crease, push the hip down and away from you. Get that nice length feeling in the side body and the hip, the glute, lower back. Inhale and lift your leg up. And now place your left foot into the strap. And we're going to stay with our feet both together up here for a moment. Reach up as high as you can, and then let the weight of your arms pull your legs in towards you. If you get to a point where you're shaking, because you're pulling too far in, I want you to back off, okay? The strap or your belt is probably long enough that you can let up enough that your legs don't quiver. This should be a comfortable stretch of the hamstrings. Flex your feet or toes towards your shins, legs straight. Close your eyes. And open your eyes, remove your right foot, lower your right leg to the floor, keep your left leg up. Again, place your right foot if it's too much to extend the leg straight, otherwise extend it straight, calf to the floor, heel to the floor. Using both hands, grab the edges or the ends of the strap or both sides, and let the little weight of your arms pull the leg in toward you. So getting a nice hamstring stretch right there. Let your foot flex down because of the strap pulling it down. Don't worry about trying to flex it. And let the other leg go. So eventually, when you hold a position or pose for enough time, you do feel the slight change in the stretch, the muscle, the release part. When you go into a stretch, the first thing that happens is the muscle tenses. And the idea is that if you hold the pose for long enough, then the muscle will release and create suppleness and flexibility in the muscle, increasing your flexibility. Grab the strap with the right hand. We're going to come across the body to the right. Reach your left arm over to the left. All the way over. Put your elbow down to prop up and turn your gaze over to the left. So this stretch is specifically for your lower back, the side of the hip down the IT band. You can use your left thumb and push the hip crease down and away. Notice that. And then extend the arm again and look over to the left. Begin to lift. And reach for the strap into the other hand. Reach the leg all the way over. Reach the right arm and then turn your gaze to the right. Begin to lift your leg, lift your chin. Now you can remove the strap. Bring your knees in. Lower back on the floor. Place your left ankle, I said it again, right ankle on your left knee. And pull the left thigh in towards you and press the right knee away. Flex your feet, both of them. You can let your left heel come towards your glute, but stay right here. Center up your shoulders on the floor, level them, and then your lower back on the floor. Press this knee away. If you want to take this further, you can grab your foot and hold your knee. Extend the leg out straight. In other words, right here, and reach around behind the hamstring and pull that in. Press the knee away. So the resistance of the left knee behind the ankle and the pressing the right knee away. Hip rotator stretch. And then let's change sides. So place your left ankle on your right knee, flex your feet. Reach around and grab the hamstring, press the knee away, pull in and press away, let your heel drop to your glute. Two more poses. Yogi squat and then Shavasana. I'm going to show you how to modify the yogi squat. And then let that go. Place your feet on the floor. Tip your knees to the side and push up to a seated position. And I want you to double your blanket. You can also triple it if you need to, if you need it that high, but I think that doubling this direction is fine. So then come up and you're going to put your heels, bring your feet wide, put your heels up on the blanket, and come into yogi squat. So your palms together. We will finish with Shavasana, but right here for 2 minutes. So sink your heels down. If you know your heels will come to the floor and you're comfortable with that and can bring your heart to your thumbs comfortably, then you can do that. Otherwise, stay up with your heels. So right here. So not sitting on the blanket, The other thing you can do is you can sit on the blanket folded and keep your feet on the floor. So just 2 minutes. 2 minutes of daily yogi squat malasana. It's good therapy for the back and mobility in the hips. In my years of doing practice, and then also what I've learned, this is one of the abilities we need to work at keeping as you get older, because we lose this mobility in our hips. And you want to keep the ability to bend the hips this deep and squat. Last minute. See, that wasn't too bad. Elbows on the inside of your knees. Look forward. So your knees need to go the same direction of your toes. And I'll explain that. So sometimes people like cave their knees in, or they let their knees splay out, right? Just this right centered up. Knees the direction of your toes. Pressing into your heels. And don't let your arches cave in. And lift the arches of your feet. And if you're like flat-footed, you really need to add a little more emphasis there. So 20 more seconds. Breathe. Feeling a little tension. Find staying power with your breath. 10 more seconds. Three, 2, 1. Very nice. All right, so sit down behind or on the floor and place your blanket where your head will lie. And then bring your bolster underneath your knees, or you can place your feet up on the bolster. If the bolster is under your knees, make sure your feet are on the floor. You don't want to have your feet dangling in the air. So feet on the floor, if that's okay. Then you'll lower down, scoot if you need to, move your blanket to be under your head correctly, softening that, right? Knees out to the side, feet on the floor, edges on the floor, and then turn your palms up and close your eyes. Shavasana. You made it, you did it. You were able to have moving meditation for an entire hour. Nice job. It's difficult for many people to take care of yourselves for that length of time in a supportive way. But the benefits of this hour that you used will gain you much better movement, mobility over time. Enjoyment of movement. Enjoying being able to move. Close your eyes. Bring your awareness to the back of your body, placement on the mat. Visualize as if you're looking at yourself. Visualizing from the top of your head, looking down across your face, the brow, the cheeks, down the throat, across the shoulders. Let your arms relax. Your palms soften, fingers have their natural curve. Relaxing down the chest and softening the belly. The lower back relaxes into the mat. Relaxing down the right leg and your left. down the inside of your feet, the bottom of your feet, the soles of your body, and your toes. 5 breaths of air. Inhaling, exhaling. Inhale, exhale. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. One more deeper breath of air. Inhale. At the top of that breath, inhale a little more. And then exhale that out. And now bring your knees together, place your feet up on the pillow, and you can slide that away, slide it out. Tip your knees from the right to the left. And then we're going to come up to a seated position, so roll over and facing your screen. Let's close class together. Bring your hands to touch. Feeling the texture of your hands. Just bringing your awareness there. Creating presence. Bring the edge of your hands to the mind's eye, the third eye. And in thanks and in gratitude for you participating and taking care of yourselves, being present for this hour. The light in me honors the light in you. Bowing your chin. Namaste. Thank you very much. I hope you have a great rest of your day, whatever time of day it is. If you watched and participated live, thank you so much. Please leave a comment if you do this program. I'd love to know what your experience was. And if you have any questions, I'm here to help you. So please drop me a comment and say hi. Thank you. Bye. See you again.